that shouldn't be being said. But it was the worst Tom Hanks impression ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Hanks. It shouldn't be being said. Like that's Tom Hanks right there.
Yeah.
So, Brad. So that picture I showed. Oh, everything's coming up around.
And welcome to this episode of the ChatterCake Podcast. As always, with me, Brad.
And me, Aidan.
So, first of all, I should address the change of scenery. I'm not in my usual setup because I have moved to Guildford for a couple of weeks just to get Becky's stuff out because I'm in Becky's room right now. And you got to make do. You got to use what you got.
Don't get what you want.
So my setup right now is literally just her side table moved, plonked the microphone on it, and yeah, I've just made do with the setup.
And I'll just address the non-change of scenery because I have no social life and don't get out. So I'm still in the same place, and I probably will be in 6 years' time, living with my parents.
God, it's been a hot week this week, hasn't it?
Oh, wow, it has indeed. It's been a very sweaty one, and for someone like moi, who has the breasticles, the breast sweat has been real. So, ladies, mate, I feel your pain.
Oh, man. So we're in a house of, I think, oh, God, I don't know how many it is. But yeah, they're Becky's housemates. We got a pool. So we all chipped in for a pool, and oh my God, it is the best thing I have ever chipped into buying. Because we got it, I think we got it on Wednesday. Yeah, we've just been in it ever since because it was bloody hot. I think it was highs of like 31.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
I think it was like hotter than Spain at some point.
Wow.
Yeah, I really want to go to Spain again.
One of the guys I live in London, Robbo, he sent us a picture via WhatsApp of his car's interior thermometer, and it said that outside of his car was 36 degrees in central London. 36 degrees.
36 in London?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. It's almost a bit too hot, isn't it?
Yeah. Thing is, you know what? I see this thing online all the time, and people put on posts and stuff. It's funny how everybody's always saying, oh, I want to go on holiday. I wish I was in the sun right now. And everybody complains over here when it's raining and wet. But as soon as it gets warm over here, everyone's like, oh, my God,
it's too hot.
Too hot.
Too hot. It's too hot.
I tell you what, love, it's too hot here. It is. Oh, baby, it's too bloody warm. I can't do anything. Everything's sticking to me. I can't sleep at night. Oh,
no, it's that Peter Kay sketch where he's like, oh, it's too hot. Oh, film me head there. Oh, shut the fuck up and have a Solero. Oh God! And it's that one as well where he's on about his family going to Spain and his dad's on the sun lounger. He goes, got his balls caught in sun lounger. Deirdre, pass me out there. Pass me out. Ha! Audrey, go pick me dick up, love. I love Peter Kay. Oh my God! When he announced that he was doing another tour, I was like, "This is what I've been waiting for." Only him and Lee Evans are the only comedians I ever want to see or I've ever wanted to see on stage ever. So, Mr. Cutler, what news stories have you got for us this week?
Right. So, I have a lovely little story this week. It's a bit less silly, a bit more heartwarming, shall we say. So this week the world celebrated the birthday of its oldest golden retriever.
How old?
20 years old.
20?
Yeah, so a normal golden retriever, their lifespan is around 11 to 12 or 12 to 13 years. And this couple actually adopted Augie. So the name is Augie, which is short for August. The full name of the dog is August, which I think is really cute. And yeah, she was actually adopted at age 12. And now a lot of people tend to, stray away from older dogs because they essentially know, and I know this sounds awful, but they essentially know that they're adopting a dog for it to die pretty quickly, which tends to lead to a lot of heartbreak. I should know. I've been there.
Yeah, me too, man.
But yeah, they adopted her when she was 12, and she's still going now, and she has 3 sibling puppies. So like 3 sibling dogs who are like adopted family dogs.
Yeah.
And
are they all the same breed? Are they?
I believe so. Yeah, as far as I'm aware. I'll put a little picture up on the screen for you now.
Oh my god! I love dogs so much.
But yeah, so their names are Sherman, Belle, Bruce, and August or Augie.
Man!
But yeah, so 20 years old. Yeah, and they mark the occasion by digging into a pet-friendly carrot cake. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen these. Like they make little cakes for dogs because we used to get my dog these little cakes all the time. They were like little doggy muffins.
Yeah.
But they're made out of like mushed together pedigree chum. I think I could be really wrong there, but I think I read that somewhere. And yeah, we just fed it the dog on her birthday because
this is like a proper.
We celebrate.
This is like a proper cake.
Oh god! Oh, is it made out of Is it in the shape of a bone?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
20. What's that in dog years? 140. Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh my god.
140 years old.
Wow.
So the world's oldest dog was called Bluey. This is going back quite a while now. So there could have been another one since then, but it just hasn't been reported. I don't know. But the official holder of the world's oldest dog is held by an Australian cattle dog called Bluey, who died in 1939, aged 29 years old.
29?
Guinness World Records say she was bought as a puppy in 1910 in Victoria, Australia, and worked among cattle and sheep for nearly 20 years before being put to sleep.
Oh my god!
She didn't even die, or he didn't even die at 29 of natural causes. It was 29
That's over 200 years old in dog years.
That's crazy.
That's mad.
I want my babies to live that long.
Oh no, I love your dog. Aiden's dogs are called Nancy and Fagin, and it's best.
Hang on, I'll put a little picture up of my dogs. Here are my dogs, folks.
Oh man,
I
love your dogs. How old are they now?
Oh my god, I should know.
You don't know how old the dogs
are. I think they're 3 years old.
Oh, because they're brother and sister, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Oh, I love that.
We had to have them spayed and neutered so they don't do the rumpy pumpy and have some little fiddly widdly kids.
You don't want inbred dogs.
But anyway, moving on from my story. Bradley Woolwin, have you got a little news story for us this week, dear?
I have, Aiden. So my story, like yours, isn't funny this week, so it's more bizarre, really. So my story is about a woman called Emily Egan. She's 31, who was born in Essex, but she lives in Bournemouth, and she had a stroke not too long ago. And when she woke up from the stroke, like when she came out of hospital, she couldn't speak for ages.
Right. Okay.
And I don't know, I think it was caused from the stroke. But when she started to talk again, she developed something called foreign accent syndrome, and now she speaks in a Russian accent, sometimes French, and sometimes Italian. And it says
here, not just like taking the piss out of her family or something. Do you know what I mean?
No, surely not.
She's just going to come out of it and go, oh my God, guys, you never believe it. I've been having you on. Do you know what I mean?
This is an actual thing.
This
is a thing. This is an actual thing that she's been diagnosed with. So it says here, Bournemouth Children's Home manager Emily Egan, 31, who originally had an Essex accent, baffled doctors when she lost the ability to speak. Now, after months of confusion, she has finally been diagnosed with a rare condition known as foreign accent syndrome, a speech disorder caused by brain damage. Now, she mostly speaks with a Polish accent, even in broken English at times, but her voice can suddenly change to sound French and Italian as well. When she is stressed, her accent becomes Russian, and when she is exhausted, Emily can lose the ability to speak altogether.
Oh my goodness.
Now, I saw a video of this on Facebook, and I was like, I've got to talk about this week.
It sounds kind of funny when you think about it. And it sounds kind of cool, but and like interesting. But when you actually think about it, how awful must it be to wake up one day and all of a sudden you don't have your own voice?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the voice that you have and you've known, because this makes me think, right? Well, we talked about this before. This is something for another week because this is really mind-boggling. But some people have no inner thoughts whatsoever. God, this is like a thought of the week. This is like a thought of the week. Thought of the week, but early on. But we'll
oh my God!
For later. But some people actually have no inner monologue. So I'll talk to myself in my head. Yeah. And I can say oh, I need to go and, I need to go and cook myself dinner. But I can say it inside my own head. Some people can't do that at all.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, some people can't do that. We'll talk about it next week. It's absolutely baffling.
All right, okay. We'll definitely talk about that next week because that is something I really want to cover.
It makes me question, in my own head, when I do have my inner monologue and when I am talking to myself in my head, I can hear myself in this voice. I can hear myself talking. Can she hear herself with the accent and the voice that she originally had? Or can she hear herself in the accent that she's talking in?
That's intriguing. I wonder.
Because I'm thinking now, and I can imagine myself talking in a Scottish accent. But immediately, the first thing when I think of talking in my head is my own voice.
Yeah, because at the moment right now, I just did it then while you were speaking. Not that I wasn't listening to you. But I just tried to speak in a Scottish accent in my head. I tried to say, hello, how you doing? And yeah, I did. It was Scottish, but hers would be Polish, Russian, French, or Italian. But yeah, it really baffles me the fact that she woke up and she had 3 or 4 different accents.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It is crazy, isn't it? You've spoken an accent all your life, and then
the next day it's gone, and you.
Yeah. Obviously, it happened because of brain damage, which is fucking awful. But yeah, the whole story just baffles me.
She didn't just wake up and choose all of a sudden to be talking in a different voice.
Yeah.
Which I do most days. Most days I just decide that I'm going to be Jemay from Summer High.
So, if you woke up and you had 3 different accents, but you had a choice, what 3 accents would you want to speak in? Really, really well.
But I can't speak in my own accent anymore.
No. The 3 accents that you choose are affected by your mood. So when you're tired, you speak in a certain accent. When you're happy, you speak in a certain accent. And when you're stressed, you speak in a certain accent. Okay.
When I'm happy, Australian.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like Australians constantly sound happy.
Yeah.
Even if an Australian shouts in at someone, I don't even care what you think you're doing. It's really annoying the way you're talking to me right now. It still sounds really happy. Do you know what I mean?
That was really good.
So Australian, if I was happy, if I was stressed, we'd go with a Texan American.
Yes.
To my good friend Alex Peters. I've heard his stressed voice many a time, and it suits him perfectly. So I'd probably go for a Texan American, which I'm not going to attempt right now because just because basically probably can't do it very well. I don't know. And then what was the other one? So happy is Australian, stressed is Texan,
and then tired. If you were tired,
I was tired
because when Emily is exhausted, she awfully doesn't speak at all.
That's crazy. If I was when I'm tired, probably French.
Yeah.
I do not know why, but I am tired. I want to go to bed. With a baguette.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh, man.
Brad, what 3 accents would you go for, mate? So what would be your happy?
You know what? My happy would be Spanish.
Why?
I love the Spanish accent. Do you know why? Because actually right now...
You're in a house with a Spanish speaker,
I'm
aren't you?
I'm in a house with 3 people who can speak Spanish. So there's Marta Miranda.
Marta Miranda! It's Marta Miranda!
Her boyfriend, Samuel.
And
then our good friend, Alex Hartman. Who
Samuel and Alex Hartman.
But yeah, mate, he's
Spanish German, isn't he, Alex Hartman?
Yeah, but his mother is Chilean. But being here, I've heard him speaking Spanish, German. I think he is fluent in other languages as well, but I don't know. But yeah, I've definitely heard him speaking. He's fluent in Spanish and German.
That's something I'd love to... You know, we were saying before how we both wish we'd learnt musical instruments.
Yeah.
I really wish I'd learnt a language, you know. I wish I'd actually paid attention in French class at school or Spanish, because I
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Like Dylan Hartnell, who's a very good friend of mine, lives in Barcelona. And Brad, you know Dylan pretty well.
I know Dylan.
He actually lives out in Barcelona now. And before he went out there, he studied Spanish. And I think he studied it quite a bit while he was over there as well, because he actually went over there to study musical theatre. And me and a couple of friends went over to visit Dylan in Barcelona, and he's now completely fluent.
That's mad.
But not only in Spanish, because within Spain, there are obviously like subcultures of the accent. So Dylan has started to learn like 3 different types of Spanish. That all have tiny little differences. So there's little, tiny, like 1-syllable words that if you were to say in one region of Spain would really offend someone, but in another region of Spain, that same word is actually an affectionate term for someone, and that baffles me.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd love to have learned an accent.
Learn an accent? Does it mean language?
Did I say learn an accent?
You did say learn an accent.
I didn't mean accent, did I? I meant language.
Right, my other... So, if I was sad... Oh, God, I don't really know. If I was stressed, it would be German. That would be good.
Krankenwagen!
If I was tired, probably...
I do not know why, but I am tired.
Can I say Jamaican?
Jamaican?
Yeah.
Why Jamaican?
I love it, and it's so chilled out. I love that accent.
Okay, fair.
I really, really love that accent.
Yeah.
And that is what I would have. If I had the choice to wake up and I spoke in 3 different accents, all in different moods, that is what I would choose.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's talk about something a little bit different.
Yes.
Why don't we move on from accents and 20-year-old dogs? Why don't we move on to something a bit more theatrical?
Yes. Why don't you introduce our special guest this week?
I think I shall. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the effervescent, the excellent, the exciting, the wonderful, I ran out of words. Ladies and gentlemen, it's
Liam Gartland.
Hello.
How you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's a bit warm, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
roasting.
Incredibly
sweating
hot.
over here.
Like, I've had to open a window with the fear of people driving past in their cars so loudly that you can hear it on the microphone.
I'd open the window.
Turn the game down.
2 dogs running around in the back garden going
absolutely
crazy.
You have, haven't you?
So that's a no. But yeah.
So how have you been, Liam?
So, yeah.
Good. I mean, I didn't expect lockdown to be the way it's gone, I guess, for me. But yeah, like, good. I mean, it's all been quite weird because obviously, like, I finished GSA, like, on Friday. Officially we finished.
Oh, God, yeah, you did.
We did all our last project, like, via Zoom. So it was so weird because we spent 6 weeks doing, like, our last musical via Zoom. But to be fair, I'm quite thankful because I wasn't meant to do the last musical because I was going into HMS. With Sasha Regan.
Of course you are. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
So I was coming out of Assassins, which HMS would have finished on Wednesday. So like I was not doing Assassins, but I'm quite thankful that I've been able to like do that as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. How was doing that over Zoom? Was it like recording, like a cast recording or something?
So we did like rehearsals on Zoom, and then we'd like get it to a point where we're like, right, this is scene ready. So it's all about like the voice, and we get notes on about our voice, and we'd have like one-on-ones with like accent work and stuff. And then we'd do the scene with all our cameras off, and you'd listen to the audio in the headphones, but you'd record your voice through your microphone.
Oh, right, okay.
I would only have my voice line, and then our MD put them all together and added all sound effects and stuff on.
Oh God, I cannot imagine
I
how
know,
long that took to edit.
At least I don't have that job.
Yeah, at least you don't have that. Listen, man, we really want to talk about the UK GradFest because it is such a good idea. Like,
fucking brilliant idea.
Brilliant. So,
and I'm so annoyed that I didn't think of it.
But first of all, we want to, for the people that don't know you, we want people to get to know you. So tell us a bit about yourself, people who don't know.
I'm Liam, and I'm from Manchester. And I went to GSA like Brad and Aidan, and I was a year younger than you two, wasn't I? So I was a year below. I kind of came up with this random idea of Grad Fringe. And that's probably why I'm here, to tell you all about Grad Fringe. But I don't know. I'm 21, Northern, and
nothing more to say on the matter.
I'll leave you to guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Gartland.
Speaking about the GradFest, people who I've spoken to about it, like I've been telling people that we're going to have you on the podcast this week, and people have been like, "Oh, amazing! Like I've always wanted to know more about the GradFest. Like I've seen posts on social media about it, but we really want to know more about it because we've seen posts on social media. So we just want to know, like, what is the goal essentially from it?
The goal, well, for me, when I first started it, it was about creating a platform for graduates to kind of, I don't know, like, you know, I think you'll probably understand it. You know, if you thought in your head, like, oh, I really want to direct that play, and actually being able to direct something in the industry with people and like getting all that together would, one, have cost implications, and you know there's so much going into that. But coming out of drama school, you can't kind of just go, I want to direct, and there you go, you just start directing. Do you know what I mean? And if you're a choreographer and you want to teach people your own choreography, it's very hard to just go, I've booked a studio at Pineapple, everyone come along. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a platform where people can come and sing their own songs and not, you know, imagine you going live on your own Instagram saying, tonight I'm going live singing 4 of my own songs. You know what I mean? Everyone would be what? Like, you know, and no one would want to like come and listen to my live of me singing 4 songs. But I think if there's a platform that's like solidified, people are more likely going to go, I can't wait to watch you on that. Or, you know, people look forward to it. And
so So is it like, even though the idea of it sprouted from what is essentially a shit situation, like from, you know, everything that's going on at the minute, the idea sprouted as a result of that. But because this idea has come about, it's actually led to things in certain ways becoming a lot easier for certain artists to express themselves in different ways. Like I know this is right, isn't it? That quite a few of the people directing the plays and stuff in the GradFest that are actors themselves who've trained as actors or performed.
Yeah, every one of them, I think, have trained in musical theatre or acting. It's so rewarding giving that person an opportunity, and like now I'm at a stage where I'm kind of sitting back and watching it happen, and sitting back and watching these, like, you know, I've got a cast of 20 people who have never met each other, and all of a sudden they're like, you know, they're on rehearsals 9 till 6 every day, ready to create this performance that's being live streamed. And like, you know, they're getting sound effects, and we've got techies involved to, like, you know, graduate techies to get on board. And all of a sudden these people who never met each other from all over the UK have now gone, I'm now networking with another 19 people who, as soon as I go into an audition, I know these people who are surrounding me because we've all worked together.
Isn't it like, because like it's got such a big following already, hasn't it? I mean, it's got over 1,000 followers on Instagram and over 400 on Twitter.
Yeah.
So, like, how long did it take for the word to get out? And how long did it take for people to get on board with it?
I think for graduates, I set it up on I think it was a Sunday, and I told my friends about it, and we kind of, I planned that I was putting on 4 plays. I thought, I'm hopefully going to be lucky enough to get interest to put on 4 plays, and so I started, chatting to people, and I got chatting to a girl called Alice, who's the artistic director, and she was chatting, and I said, is there a play you want to direct? Like, is there a way you want to get on board? And she said, yeah, I'd love to direct this. And by that evening, she'd sent me a full PDF version, like everything was sorted. And I was like, this girl is so proactive.
Nice.
Her. So I messaged her the day after, and I was like, listen, I'm going to need some help. So she said, yeah. And that was it then. Now she deals with like everything to do with like the plays, and she cast all the plays.
That's wicked.
But I've never, before this, I'd never spoken to her in my life. But now I speak to her.
Is it just the two of you that are running the whole thing?
Yeah, in terms of we've got help, like the directors feed out and the reps feed out and things like that. But in terms of the actual solid event, it's just me and Alice at the moment, which is very scary. But we're now doing 10 plays across the festival because we had over 100 people want to. Yeah,
I saw the casting came out earlier this week, didn't it?
Yeah, I can't catch it. Well, we did it on Broadway World, which I was so thankful that, because I got my first press release with them. And after that, then I was emailing the woman, and we kind of got on board to get some more out, because that again has kind of boosted my, my publicity and my following, because people start to see that it's an established thing.
It's good that you had an article in the Stage as well, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I sent that out a while ago, and it was something where I was like, yeah, I've sent the press release off. I'll see what happens. I'll sit back. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to email again. And I emailed again, and I still didn't hear anything. And then one morning I woke up and I had an email being like, oh, we're putting this in the Stage. Can we have your headshots? And I was like, what?
Nice.
But yeah, I kind of, it is weird, because you do have to push for stuff like that. And you have to be like, come on, listen, this is a good idea. Believe it could be a story. And once people start to see that other people are writing stuff about it, they start to kind of pick up on it.
So going from what you've just said there, when you first had the idea, because everybody I think who's creative has ideas like this at some point or another, either during drama school or after. Everybody comes up with these crazy ideas. So when you were lying in your bed at 3:00 in the morning thinking, I'm going to do a fringe festival online for graduates, what made you go, okay, yeah, let's do it, and actually throw it out there and just go for it, rather than think of it and never actually put it into action?
Well, actually, funny you should ask, because I was sat on a Sunday night, kind of, I had a little glass of wine, and I'm a big fan of the Stage. So I was reading the Stage, and there was this big, long, 3-page story about Edinburgh Fringe. I was like, I'm so annoyed that I went there last year and I can't go back again, because it's such a good vibe, and you see so many new things. And I put a little tweet being like, why has nobody thought of a graduate fringe fest online? And then about 2 minutes later, Richard Neal messaged me, and he was like, take that tweet down. No one's stealing your idea. You go and do it. And I chatted to him for about 10 minutes. And he was like, this is your idea and you're doing it. And he was like, believe in yourself and you'll reap the benefits. And to this day, I thank him for doing that.
Yeah, amazing.
Without Richard, this wouldn't have happened. And that kind of spurred me on to just go, you know what, I can do this. And, and even if it was just me and a couple of friends, so what? So be it. We'd have a bit. But
you know what? Now that you've done this as well, especially the fact, like you just said, you've literally just a minute ago graduated from, GSA. It's going to do amazing things for your career as a performer as well. Because straight away you've come out and you've basically taken on the role of producer in something that's completely new, a new concept, a new idea. On a completely different platform. and the amount of connections you're going to have, and the amount of connections from what we're hearing you already have made throughout just the short time it's been going already are crazy. You must be excited for that.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And like, I think, you know, and it's important. Like I've said this because I've been going into all my like, you know, they have like the cast meet up at the start of the week and whatever. And I've been into everyone just to say hi and thank you and whatever. And I said to these people, I was like, just have fun, but be kind, because you never know where any of these people are going to be in 10 years time. And, you know, these are contacts that you're going to make for the rest of your life. And, you know, I've got like 10 people who've directed something now, and all of a sudden they're going to be the people I'm going to turn to if I ever wanted to do something again and needed somebody. And, you know, and people are going to see that there's work being directed by graduates who have got like some of the ideas, honestly, that they're coming out with, and like without the help of them, the festival wouldn't be developing as quickly as it is.
Yeah, of course.
And, you know, they're coming to me like, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? And I mean, you know, as a producer, I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want. You know?
So originally, had you planned, as well as obviously producing the whole thing and it being your idea, had you planned to set it up and direct like plays yourself, or had you always planned to bring people on to direct the plays?
No, yeah, my kind of love for theatre would never lie. Directing isn't something that I'm like, you know, really actively wanting to do. I think there's many people who would have more, you know, better ideas. And I think my strengths at the moment are like organising it all and kind of being behind that. And as soon as I set it up, like directing it wasn't something that I even thought of doing. And that's why Alice has helped me so much, because she is someone who's directing her own play. You know, she had the ability, she had the time to sit and read all the plays, and we've got 2 people who are on board who've written their own things that they're directing. So, you know, we're seeing work that's never been showcased before. And Alice had the time to actually sit back and read through it all to make sure that, you know, we were choosing the right things, and we had a show that could cast, you know, we needed to cast over 100 people. So we needed to make sure there was enough characters for all these people, because my goal for that part was that I would never decline anybody. Like, I didn't want to decline anybody from having the opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's important that we give the opportunity, rather than say like, oh, you're not good enough, or, you know, it's not about that. We're one community. And, you know, at a time like this, it's not like I have to go, oh, actually, I've only got the budget to do this. Like, it's free. Do you know what I mean? So let's have everyone on board. Let's have fun.
So how many different things have you got on during the festival? Because I've seen loads of things on your Instagram and stuff, but there's so many that I've lost count of what there is.
That's the thing. Applications open, then they close, and then stuff comes out. So we have the play readings, which are taking place at 7 p.m. on most nights, and then there's a 2 o'clock on the last day. But they're being live streamed via YouTube.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, because we've got this really fancy feature on our Zoom app, which allows us to, like, you know, if I was to leave the scene, like, I would leave the screen. And when I come back in, I'm back on the screen. So you only see the actors in the scene.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So we've got that. That's been live streamed to our YouTube channel. And then we have the live cabarets, which I've got over 40 of them, but they're only, so everyone sings 4 songs of their own choice. They get a half an hour slot throughout the day to come onto the Instagram, go live, and, you know, they publicize it themselves and tell people that they're going live on this platform. And they just have the half hour to sing whatever they want. And kind of use that as a platform, and then them videos will get saved onto our Instagram. And then we have the classes which are taking place. So they're scheduled in for 10, 1 and 5. So like, some days only have 1 class, some days have 3. But that's stuff like yoga, fitness, jazz, ballet bar, people who've just gone, I want to, you know, this is my strength.
My God, there's a bit of everything, isn't there? There's so much variety.
Yeah, and I think that's what my aim was, to try and get.
So basically what you've done here is you set up the new musical theatre industry.
Liam Gartland, he has set up the new musical theatre industry just by thinking some the grads deserve.
Yeah,
because you obviously lockdown. It's been so shit for you guys. You know, you've literally graduated and come into an industry that at the moment doesn't exist.
Yeah, and I think, and I said to people, like, you know, we've got to create this now. Like, we have to stick together and create what the industry is going to be, because a lot of stuff might not come back.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to make things come back, but in a different way.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think it's important that we collaborate and we start to network, because this is a time as graduates where you're going to auditions and you're seeing people who you've met and gone, oh, hi, you know, and we were in that audition together, and you start to meet people, but we're missing out on that first bit of graduate life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is the start of something amazing. Like, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing where this goes. And
I'm really interested to know.
Is so good.
You know, Brad's saying, you know, obviously I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, and I'm looking forward to watching it. And I can't wait to be there, and can't wait to see all of these amazing plays and listen to the cabarets, and, you know, share everybody, get everybody seen. Basically, I can't. Yeah. That's the part I want to be involved in, is sharing it and you know, giving more people a chance to see it and watch these people's talents. But the question I want to ask is, I know it hasn't happened yet. It's about to. It's imminent. But can you see yourself doing it again? From what, like, the process that it's been like so far, can you see yourself wanting to do it again next year?
Well, me and Alice have had this discussion, and we don't, you know, we've got quite a big following, and it's going to grow over the next 2 weeks, and we don't want to just be like, that was a festival, it's done and dusted.
Yeah.
You know, so we've got a lot of things that we're, like, planning on to try and, like, you know, like, after the festival, what are we going to put in place to keep people going? You know, whether we bring out, you know, get new writing and do some musical workshops that we can then do over a course of a week and live stream. You know, we want to look at setting up, like, a podcast channel in terms of, like, looking at graduate lifestyle. And then once things get back up and running, we want to decide what is it that Grad Fringe is. You know, are we a company that take graduates to the Edinburgh Fringe and perform a selection of shows at the Edinburgh Fringe, giving graduates a chance to, you know, something that's just for graduates every single year?
Because I think it's quite easy to forget, and I think people do forget that, you know, an entity such as this doesn't have to, once it's been put in place, and obviously things are going to change over the next year, and, you know, God knows, we could all be living in bunkers by the end of next year under the ground, or we could all be flying around with jetpacks. You know, it literally, nobody knows what's going to happen.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind jetpacks.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. But you know, people forget that it's not just going to stay this way. Just because Grad Fringe, you know, the one this year, 2020, just because this one is online, it doesn't mean next year's has to be. You know, next year's, if you wanted to, you could change it and have a completely live, you know.
And that's something that we're looking at, and obviously then becomes, like, cost implications and stuff like that. But I think it, you know, being a graduate is hard, because you go from training 5 days a week, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what do I do now? Do you know what I mean? What is it?
It literally is like that.
Yeah. And, you know, some people go into jobs and just work and never stop. And some people, it takes longer. But having a platform where you can go, graduates only audition for this, you need no experience in, you know, you just need the training. And then we'll cast some graduates and take you to the Edinburgh Fringe, or we'll put on shows.
I think it's an amazing way of giving graduates yet another platform.
Exposure,
another platform to expose themselves.
They've got that first credit to go, I have worked, you know.
Yeah, because this is the thing, isn't it? When, like, you go to auditions, it's like, oh, you need more experience. How do I get more experience? I'll go and do a show while I'm auditioning for a show. Yeah, but you need more experience. It's that vicious circle of that you need more experience. And I think what the Grad Fringe Fest does is give you that little first step into doing that.
Yeah, and just a platform, you know. I think from the lockdown and COVID and all that, I think we will we want to start creating work together. And, there might be somebody who then goes, oh, you know what, I'm going to put on a cabaret. And all of a sudden they know 40 graduates who've just sang on a live Instagram.
Yeah.
I want to produce something. Well, that, you've got 10 directors here and a cast of 100 people who now and you've seen perform online, so you know how good they are.
Yeah.
In terms of like, you use the word exposure and I love that word. It just makes me think that lots of people are about to get naked. No, but like you're talking about exposure, but in terms of exposure, obviously I know you've been in the stage and everything's gone up on Broadway HD and all that. No, sort of not Broadway HD, Broadway World or whatever. All these, theatre websites. So the name of it is getting out there. Everybody knows, and it's becoming well known that this is a thing that is about to happen. But in terms of professionals, and when I say professionals, I mean casting directors, producers, agents and stuff like that. Have you been in contact with any of them to say, this is going to happen? Because like I said, just some of them will have seen it through the stage and will have gone, okay, I'll go and have a look at that and have a look at some of the fresh meat that's coming into the industry soon,
Yeah. Well, obviously I've got some of them, some creatives like Andrew Wright, Adam Braham casting. I've got them like on board to be doing industry Q&As and things like that, which I think is great because that all of a sudden has, when they start retweeting things, people are like, oh, what are they involved in? And people start to see that. And we've done a lot of like tagging on Twitter and we've sent a few emails to people and things, just so that they're aware that this is happening. Yeah. And, and I think it's important because that's what the platform is. And we've had like a Zoom call with a company who were putting on a show and they've said like, we want to cast graduates. So,
amazing.
People know about it and want to use the platform and see what it's about. But I think it'll start to pick up as the weeks go on, from tomorrow, as it starts to move on and we start to see it all develop. More people will be like, well, what's that live stream? Or, and people start putting things on Instagram. And because even when the casting got announced, like the followers just went up completely by about 200 because people have gone, what they've been casting, what is it that is going on? So yeah.
Amazing. Sounds so good, man.
Sounds awesome.
I can't wait to see it all. It's
just it's honestly madness. Like, I thought I needed a job in lockdown, but I've got a full-time one.
So, without further ado, it is time for our next section. It is time to play On the Nose. So this is On the Nose, and for people who haven't watched the podcast before, I will literally just run through the rules very, very quickly. So I will be asking a question based on a statistic. So it could be the year something was released, how much something costs, etc. So this week, it's all about musical theatre. Right. Are we ready?
No.
Yeah.
No. Right.
So we should probably explain as well that the point system kind of works like this. So whoever gets closest to the answer gets 1 point. And if you get it bang on the nose, hence the reason for the name, you get 2 points.
Right. Well explained, Aidan.
Thank you very much, Brad. Take it away.
It's time to play On the Nose. All right. First question. How many awards has Dear Evan Hansen won overall? So that's from the Washington DC production, the off-Broadway, and the Broadway production. You have 10 seconds. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up your answers.
Oh!
Can you see that?
26 and 27. I can reveal the correct answer is 20. The point goes to Aidan.
Oh.
The comeback.
You know what? I feel so that's fair play. I feel so sorry for you. 1 away. Wow.
All right. Next question. How many musical numbers are there in the musical Wicked. So this is all the music. This is all the songs on the soundtrack. I should mention. All right, you have 10 seconds. Your time starts now. 3, 2, 1. What you got? Oh my God! He's only gone and done it. Aiden's got a bang on the nose.
Yes! Yes! Oh! No! I've listened to that soundtrack too many times.
Liam was 2 away. Oh my God! Right, right.
I'm
it's
so
time.
chuffed. Liam, I'm so sorry, but I am so chuffed.
Right, it's Aiden 3, Liam 0. Right, but it's time for Liam to grab a point back. Here we go. Question 3. In what year was the first Broadway revival of Oklahoma?
Oh, where's Julian Wolford when you need him?
The first Broadway revival.
Right, Jules.
You have 10 seconds. Your time starts now.
Broadway revival?
Broadway revival.
What was the year of the Broadway revival?
The first ever Broadway revival. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1924. It came out in 1940s.
And viewers, can we just point out as well, Liam just did Oklahoma at GSA.
I love this bit of our podcast, man.
9.
What actually was it though? Because I want to know.
1951. Did you get it? Did you get it again?
I got 1968.
Oh, well done. Oh, Liam. Right.
Oh, Liam.
Okay.
Oh, this is embarrassing. It's not even like maths or something. It's musical theatre, something I've trained in for 3 years.
All right.
You know, you're about to, host, and you've organised an entire theatre,
festival.
This is looking great for you.
All right. Next question. How old was Oscar Hammerstein II when he died? How old was Oscar Hammerstein II when he died? You have 10 seconds. Your time starts now.
I'm just guessing now.
Yeah, this is the thing. It takes me like 1 second because I...
5.
Yes, I could just remember.
3, 2, 1. What you got? Aiden, you are running away with the points today. He was 65.
Oh yeah! Oh, Liam, man, I'm so sorry.
What?
Dun, 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 dun.
Thing is with this game, it's not. It's just whoever gets closest. Like you can put any number. It's like, oh
yeah, and I'm just never close.
All right, this is a good one. In the song "Still Hurting" from the last 5 years, how many times is the name Jamie sang? Sang, sung, Samsung, whatever. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. What we got? And Liam gets the points! It's 14 times!
Because I was sat here going, Jamie is over, Jamie is gone.
Yeah, I was sat, but I moved on. I was going, what about days, Jamie? Bring back the light.
Jamie.
Jamie.
All right. If anyone gets this, bang on. You're skilled. I mean, not really, but if you can do it in 10 seconds. All right. How many letters make up the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What we got? I don't believe
just got
this.
it bang on the nose?
No, you have, Aiden.
I have!
30.
Oh, what? Get out! Oh, yes!
I'm sorry when SUP.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Liam, but whoever it was on Twitter, I don't know who you were, somebody tweeted us and said it was disgusting that Aiden didn't get bang on the nose, right? There's 2 for you, bitch. Have that. All right? All right? There you go.
Oh, my God.
Commiserations, Liam. I'm really sorry.
Oh,
As
I
you
got
can see,
1
I'm
point.
really sorry.
But then again, it was still, I was 1 number away from it.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
you got
I
1
got
point, but
33.
I only got 1 point in the first ever game of On the Nose that we played.
Oh,
So
goodness
I wouldn't
me.
be too disheartened by that. But Oklahoma, Liam.
The fix. It's a fix.
Oklahoma.
God, Aidan, you scored 7 points.
Oh, wow. Does that mean I'm top of the leaderboard now?
Yes, you are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Amazing stuff.
God, I love that game, and I love that it was me. Oh, well, you do this week. You didn't the first week. Anyway, Liam, we just want to say thank you so much for coming on, and we're so excited for the Grad Fringe Fest, which starts tomorrow. What time does it start, and where can we find it?
It starts at. I have my schedule right here.
Sorry, let me just call my agent, make sure I've got everything.
It starts at 10 o'clock, but the start is like a live chat with me and Alice, and then at 12 p.m. we have our first live Q&A with Alice Fern, and then we have Abby Green and Jade Kennedy doing a duo live cabaret. Zach Guest, who's leading a commercial class, Amelia Atherton, who's doing a live cabaret, and then to finish off that evening, we have the performance of Either by Ruby Thomas.
Amazing.
Yeah. And that's all via Instagram. Look on our Instagram, everything will be posted.
Yeah, as we said, all of the socials will be going down in our YouTube description below, and will be going up on our socials as well, so you can go and give Liam and the guys a follow. And find out what they're up to and keep up to date with everything. It's going to be really exciting, and I can't wait to start watching and getting involved. It's going to be awesome.
Man. We're going to be retweeting stuff that you guys are posting anyway, so we're going to be in the loop of what you are doing. We just want to get the word out as well and let people know how amazing this thing is, and we just want to see it grow and grow and grow. So anyway, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thanks for coming, Liam.
We'll see you tomorrow, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, folks, that was the fabulous Liam Gartland there talking all about Grad Fringe Fest 2020, which is going on and kicks off tomorrow, and it runs for 2 weeks. Super exciting stuff, isn't it, Brad?
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Make sure you go and follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah. And I think have they got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I think a YouTube channel is coming. I don't know if it's set up just yet.
Yes, because he said things will be live streamed from YouTube, didn't they?
Yes, absolutely. But I don't know if it's set up just yet. I don't know whether it will be going live first thing tomorrow when everything first kicks off.
Yeah, I think it's definitely at 10 a.m. as Liam said.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to watch.
Something else I wanted to say: you definitely redeemed yourself on the Nose. I'll tell you that for one.
Thank you very much.
Honestly, 7 points. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
I got so excited by my second on the nose answer of 34 that I decided to throw it at the camera.
I lob it at the camera. Anyway, I think it's time for some questions, don't you, Aidan?
I think it is time for some questions.
Right. So the first one I've got today is, if you could play a role of the opposite gender in a show, who would it be and why?
Oh. So this doesn't count like drag characters. So not like the Trunchbull or Edna Turnblad, things like that. It's like an actual female character.
Yes, like roles that we could never play in an actual show, like of the opposite gender. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I think mine would be Lauren from Kinky Boots.
Oh, Lauren.
Lauren from Kinky Boots.
Yeah.
I love that role.
Women have been making bad
choices. Yeah. I love that role.
Oh, I've got to have 2 again, Brad. And every week you ask me a question to say I've got 2. Come on. So, Elphaba.
Oh, yes, obvious.
Who doesn't want to be painted green 8 times a week and belt their off? And I actually have the belt off, which is amazing. or Mama Rose in Gypsy.
Ah,
Everything's coming up right. Just because I wanted to give it some Patti LuPone vid, you know what I mean? Right. It's all about that.
Oh, I love that woman.
Oh,
I love that woman. She made my birthday last year when
Stop
I sang.
taking pictures.
When I sang for her on my birthday, along with me, myself, Tom Morgan, Matthew Rankham, Kate Landy, Corrine, and Fran Gilbert.
Yeah.
Is there any more?
Yeah, that was the day that I asked Patti LuPone. You know, I was sat a metre away from her, and I told her I'd lost my voice. And I asked her how I could get my voice back, and she went, "Oh, how did you lose your voice?" And I said, "I think I've just got a cold." And she went, "Oh, next question." And moved straight on.
I remember that. I thought
and everyone was just like,
"You just got annoyed by Patti LuPone."
Yeah, I just got absolutely parred off, man.
Oh man, no, but she is. Oh, she's such an icon, and it was such an honor, like performing for her. I remember when she sort of directed mine and Tom's performance.
Yeah.
And I remember when me and Tom were like choreographing it, I said, "Oh, wouldn't it be really cool if we like crossed over and went like downstage?" And I remember her watching that, and after she was like, "Whose idea was it to do the crossover? Whose idea was that?" And I was like, "Definitely wasn't me," but it was my idea. Yeah, she's like, "Don't do that, don't do that." So yeah, we didn't do it anymore the second time we did it. And I remember, do you remember when I was speaking to her? She was like, "Darling, speak up, I can't hear you." I was like, "Speak," and then I started to speak louder. She's like, "I hope you don't sing like that because, you know, we're
and then you open your mouth and
major
went,
problems."
and she literally turned around to the entire
She was like,
and went, well, "I wasn't expecting that."
And then she was like, "Okay, so you can sing." And I was like, that is the best birthday present I've ever gotten in my life. Being told I can sing by Patti LuPone is possibly the best birthday present I have ever received.
Yeah, I think me and you have both got one of those. You've got Patti LuPone doing that, and I've got Jonathan Reed going, "Fuck me, dude, that was awesome."
Yeah. Oh, the workshop with Jonathan Reed. Wow, I remember that. That was amazing. That was
both got like a mini celeb crush kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Great story. Yeah, another question. Right, so moving on. This one is from the wonderful Chloe Horsburgh, who we mentioned last week, who we lived with in Guildford. And she basically asked, what have we been up to other than this in lockdown? Have we got anything in the works at the moment? Do you have anything in the works, Bradley? Do you have anything coming up in the pipelines?
Well, I've just been applying for jobs, really.
Yeah.
Because I want to just get some more of my own income back. Because obviously I'm on universal credit because I'm not being furloughed from my work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to literally apply for jobs every day. Me and Becky have both applied for jobs back in Salisbury.
Let's not talk about that bloody pizza at delivery again, shall we?
Oh God, no! Let's not. Let's leave that out. I'm staying well clear of that place. that can stay away. Yeah, just like doing more stuff for this podcast, trying to come up with different ways to make it more entertaining every single week. You know, having guests on and stuff like that. Yeah, spending time with friends as well, which is really, really important. But yeah.
Do you have anything like theatre-wise coming up? Have you got anything planned, or is it just like are you chilling and sitting back on the theatre and that kind of stuff for the minute?
Something maybe in the pipelines for Christmas, but when that is set in stone, I will be revealing more about that. That is even if the show is going on. But yeah, I think it'll be really, really exciting for people who know of what I'm doing. I'll give you a clue. It's something I've done before. And I have spoken to the producer / director of it. And he was like, if we can do it, we definitely want to do it. Because he's got the rights to it. It's just whether the show can go on. And we're going to try so desperately to get the show on. But I'm not going to reveal what it is yet because I don't know if it is going to go on, but we hope it will. But yeah, so that's quite exciting. What about you, bro?
Not much really. You know, it's quite quiet on the scene at the moment.
Yeah,
as everybody knows. I've been doing a few little projects here and there during lockdown. I've got something that will be released. I don't actually know when, within the next couple of weeks, so quite soon.
Yeah.
Which is quite exciting.
You went on Radio Tamworth with Callum Wallace.
Yes, I did. I went on Radio Tamworth last Sunday, guys, between 5 and 6 that was. I think if you go to 24601 Radio on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, you can go and catch a repeat of the interview. It's me talking all things Back to the Future and playing Biff Tannen in Back to the Future. So that was quite a cool experience. So thank you, Callum Wallace, for having me on. But yeah, and I've got something coming up in the next couple of weeks that I've been recording. A little cheeky sing-song.
I think I know what this is.
I won't tell everybody what it is yet because we are going to release a little teaser trailer for it. But for this one, I kind of step back in terms of the producing side of things. I'm just there to provide my vocals. And, we've got some live musicians and there's a group of amazing singers and performers from the West End, UK Touring Productions and graduates from drama schools in London and stuff.
Nice.
And that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. So you'll hear about that. So that's quite exciting. But other than that, mate, nothing really. Just getting drunk as often as possible.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's all I've got going for me.
Right. So next question.
Next question.
If you both could redo a show that you've both been in, what would it be and why?
Ooh, what both been in together?
Let's do both. So one that we've both been in together.
Shrek.
And definitely Shrek.
Or Ushers.
Ushers.
I would love to do Ushers again.
Yeah, Ushers. We also did Les Mis together, didn't we?
We did Les Mis together.
Wasn't that the first thing we did?
I think. Did we do Les Mis together first, or was Ushers first?
Les Mis was in 2015. We did Ushers in 2016.
Oh, yeah. Yes, no, you're right. Yeah.
Ushers was a good experience. We had the writers come and see it.
Yeah, Ushers was great,
and they loved it.
Yeah,
which was great. One for me that I haven't been in with you. When I wish you were in it, mate, because you would have been so good in it. It was Betty Blue Eyes at the old theatre.
Betty Blue Eyes. I love that show.
That show for me just holds.
It was amazing. It was so good. Oh, it was so good. And Matt Nicholas, if you're watching, love, stealing my riffs.
Oh God, I remember that. Anyway,
I will never have eyes for any other pig.
Didn't you say that to him? Like, say,
I
try and do it like this.
I went, why don't you do it like this? And then he went straight to Rob Bannon and went, so I thought of this. And I was like, whoa, whoa.
I am suing you for stealing my riffs, bitch.
Yeah, I would love to. Obviously, Back to the Future. I have to say that every time.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm not just saying it because I have to. I'm saying it because I'd love to do it again. Because phenomenal experience, life changing.
All right, let's do this. Go on. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say.
I want to do something in a second.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was going to say as well as Back to the Future, purely because I love the show. I think it's so well written. At this point in time, it's so necessary. I would love to do Memphis professionally, and I would love to play the role of Huey. I just don't think my castability for it is quite right, but I would love to play that part professionally and love to be in that show because it is just so amazing.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead, mate.
Let's do this. So, say if you had to cast me in Back to the Future, who would you cast me as?
If I had to cast you in Back to the Future?
Yeah, and then I'll do the same for Betty Blue Eyes.
Okay. I probably would go for Biff, mate.
Really?
I think I would. Because you've got, same kind of like build and face and whatever as me.
Yeah, I guess.
I can't really see you as a Marty. And you know what, actually, I think as well, give it 20 years and you'd be an amazing Doc.
Oh, yes.
I think you would smash Doc out of the park in 20 years' time.
Great Scott.
Yeah.
Great
Scott.
Scott. All right. in Betty Blue Eyes, I would cast you as Henry Allardyce.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the part that Matt played, but I just think...
I'd love to play that role.
You would do it justice. You would do it so much justice. Like, yeah.
Oh, I knew you'd see it. I can just tell.
For anyone who hasn't listened to Betty Blue Eyes, go and listen to it, because I think it is one of the best things that Stiles and Drew have ever written.
Yeah.
And I think it's so underrated. It's so underrated. And I think I don't think it did well on the West End, did it?
No, but it did well, but it didn't do well enough. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I think it was on at the Novello, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on the Novello. Yeah,
it only ran for about 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
And unfortunately had to close, but an amazing show, so well written, and I love Stiles and Drew's work.
Had a UK tour after, didn't it? Had a UK tour.
Yes, it did. There were quite a few adaptations and changes.
And it had a little run in America.
Yes.
Kansas, was it? Or was it Arkansas? Kansas? Was it Arkansas? Kansas?
It's the same place where Gavin Creel did Honk.
Yes. Yeah. They tried it there, but I was like, they're doing it in American accents.
Yeah. Doesn't
work because it's a British musical.
Yeah.
But I mean, who am I to say that? I was like, no, it must be done in British. It's a British musical. That's like me going, so someone saying, oh, shouldn't Wicked always be done in American then? Well, actually, no, because Wicked's
not set in a real place, love.
Wicked's not set in America. Oh, God.
Well, it is at first, Brad. It's set in Kansas.
There you go. I've just poked a huge hole in the logic that is Wicked set in America.
On Tim, how long have I got to stay in Kansas for? Wouldn't quite work, would it? I don't think.
Well, I don't think we mean Kansas anymore, so I don't think. Right. Have you got any more questions?
I don't think I have, mate.
No. Do you want to leave us with a thought of the week for this week?
I shall leave everyone with a thought of the week.
I don't know how that's become their introduction.
I don't know why it has, but it has.
But I love it.
Yeah.
Go on, you got.
Our thought of the week this week, folks, is this. So let's say the average human lives for around 85 years. If you were to sleep for the suggested 8 hours a day throughout your life, you would sleep for around about 25 years in total, meaning you would only actually be awake for around 50 years. So basically, stop sleeping. Anyway, thanks for coming, folks.
Wow.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. That one was a bit bizarre. But yeah, thanks for coming yet again. Catch us here on YouTube from now on from 7 p.m. on Sundays, not Saturdays. I had to do a little rejig of the schedule for unforeseen reasons. But you can catch me and Brad here every Sunday at 7 o'clock, chatting a load of cake. And yeah, having a laugh, and you get to meet some lovely Boston people, don't you, Brad?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so we shall see you guys back here again next Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Lots of love, muchos gracias, and we'll see you later.
And don't forget to go and follow the Grad Fringe Fest on Twitter, Instagram, and be sure to check out all the live streams that they will be doing starting from tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Correcto.
See you guys there. Right. Sleep
now
tight.
I can do it. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? What do you
Before the credits roll,
I don't know what you want to do, Bab.